Just waiting on Bobby to get in there, and we'll get started. See what's going on here. Get my FanDuel up as well. And let me get my spreadsheets up. Very nice. And we're all ready to go. So, just waiting on Bobby here. It's a later night start. Ooh, so we got a little news here, huh? So Kristaps Porzingis is out. That is not what I had anticipated, but we got plenty of time to deal with that. I guess for openers, we're looking at Maxi Kleber to take that role. Not to mention, obviously, Luka rates to be a really, really strong play, if not, he wasn't already. So I'm going to have to adjust this. So I was just hey, Bobby. So I was just relaunching this. I didn't even realize that Kristaps was out.
It just happened, but he was announced. He was downgraded earlier, so we knew it was probably going to happen.
Okay. So
sorry about that.
Well, I'm gonna. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to revisit all my stuff again. It wouldn't be one of these if I didn't have to redo everything. So that's.
Oh, you had them already built, huh?
Oh yeah. I was playing a bunch of 50 maxers in that, and I had a big one. My whole idea was going to be actually, I was going to fade the top two owned players on the slate, which at the time were going to be LeBron and Eric Gordon on FanDuel. Mm-hmm. I was going to just see what I could hand build for my bigger ones, fading both of them. Mm-hmm. And that ended up, I think, with me having Kristaps. I think so. I'm going to have to revisit all of this. We will see.
Yeah, it's. I mean, just my thoughts on that. Let's get the starting lineup before we confirm anything. I'm just taking a quick look at seeing if I got anything. No, I don't yet. But I do think Willie Cauley-Stein is going to be the obvious beneficiary, assuming that he does start. The thing that I would just caution us all, including myself, because I'm going to play Willie Cauley-Stein, but I'm not going to lock him in. There's other bodies. Like, the thing is that Joval, obviously you want to play big against Joval, but you can use Kleber, Dwight Powell, and Willie Cauley-Stein.
Is Luka not on the team anymore?
No, Luka. What do you mean? No, Luka's obvious.
Oh, okay. Not Luka. No, I meant Boban.
Oh, I guess that Boban could play a minute or two. I mean, there's a very bizarre world where they start Boban. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we really do need to get that news. Now, the weird part is, I guess if you start Boban, you have to play Boban. But I mean, they start any of them. Yeah, pretty much any of those guys. The problem is, it could easily turn into one of the other guys. You know what I mean? So if you got some, maybe split a few up, throw in a couple of Dwight Powell or Bobans, even if Boban doesn't start. Because what if Valanciunas does his normal thing, has like 15 and 8 halfway through the first quarter, and they're like, you know what, F this, we're gonna put Boban on him, get him to work a little bit. You know what I mean? And then the rest of the game, when Joval's in, it's Boban time. That's completely in the realm of possibilities. I'm gonna send this thing out. What's up, guys? What's up, K9 Bronco? Always good to see you. What's up, Miami Mike? So it's an interesting slate. Guys, throw questions in whenever. It's obviously not too huge of a slate. I am playing a bunch of lineups, but I don't feel too stressed about it. I want to wait for
it's excellent eights night, man.
Yeah, I've got that one maxed.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not to be honest, it's a slate that's great for mass entering like that because there's a lot of weird speculative nonsense that we're playing. But one thing you could do already, I mean, like if you were playing PJ Tucker at center, you can just feel comfortable in taking a shot and switching to who's ever starting for Dallas, assuming it's Cauley-Stein or one of them. The other thing about Dallas that worries me a little, it does bump up Kleber to me Kleber, because he could actually play the 5 anytime that Joval's not in the game, and he can play the 5 when Joval is in the game for minutes at a time.
What are you going to do when the Hulkster runs wild on you? What are you going to do when Houston releases the starting lineup and that other dude is starting at center?
I have you can't play him on DraftKings, so I'm playing him on FanDuel.
Okay.
It feels weird, like, you know what I mean? Even if he's starting on FanDuel, but it gets me to a build that I really like. I'm not sure exactly how popular he'll be because there's a lot of other. I mean, you can only use one center, obviously, and it allows me to get my. I'm going to take my Westbrook, LeBron shares over on FanDuel, but I want to play it with Luka also, so it allows me to do that. Basically, is where I get to.
Well, so the idea is that they signed a guy to a 2-way contract on for the Rockets, but DraftKings did not include him in the pricing, but FanDuel would somehow.
Yeah, and to be completely honest, I'm really not sure why they don't just play Kurek some minutes. I don't know. I genuinely can't figure it out. It seems natural to me. Like I don't know. It's bizarre, and if one of these days he gets like 28 minutes and something, we don't have him and he's not starting or whatever, but we just miss him, just don't be like shocked. You know what I mean? I've got him at no projection at all, but I don't have any confirmation that he's out or anything, and I don't really understand why they wouldn't give him a chance here.
Yeah, we talked about them a little earlier.
Yeah, I'm not going to play him. I'm just saying, like, that's why all of these feel like a little bit thin to me. Even though Willie Cauley-Stein, who I'm guessing is going to become massive chalk pretty soon.
You think so?
I can't see how he doesn't. Like, if he's starting.
What's his price?
$3,200.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And now I might even have to change. You know, I thought I had that sneaky. It makes the Patton idea really sneaky on, you know, when you can play Willie Cauley-Stein, him over Willie Cauley-Stein on FanDuel.
Well, what about let's talk about the other guy I still don't know about. What do you think of the Memphis guy? Winslow.
Winslow. I like Winslow.
You do, huh?
I like speculating. Well, first of all, he's awesome. He's a part of their team, and I don't know what else to say about him. I said my thoughts earlier. They have a lot of bodies, sure, but he is one of those bodies. Like he's the guy who will be playing 30 minutes at the end of the year. There's just that he's coming off an injury, but he played 22 minutes in his first game.
Yeah. In that game though, there was no Kyle Anderson, if that matters.
Yeah, but there's no Dylan Brooks in this game.
I don't think there was Dylan Brooks in that game either, though, was there?
I don't think. Did we have? Oh, no. But the thing is, here's what's missing. It's not that he's a part of, like, in my opinion, I'm not sure that like if the season was starting next year, for example, and you took the same team, my guess is that, like, I know Kyle Anderson's been great, so this might be different now, but he would have been their guy, not Kyle Anderson.
Okay.
That's the way I view it. They gave up a pretty good asset for him. Iguodala was pretty desired on the trade market for a championship contender or a playoff contender, whatever. And they traded away Iguodala to a lot of teams who wanted him, and they wanted a good player in return. They got Winslow. So they actually gave up not a guy who was necessarily an asset for them, but an asset to other teams and a guy who they could have gotten something for. He's that something.
The other thing, among others, that we're waiting on is confirmation of Tyler Heroes being in or out.
That's a huge one, man. It's about freaking huge.
What time does that game start?
I don't know if it's so huge, but it's big. That game is not till 9 Eastern, I think.
Okay.
That's so funny. That's John Jenkins pointed out that he just saw that Terry Rozier's been retweeting his stats over the last 3 games for what it's worth. Seems pretty active on Twitter. That's pretty funny, actually. Hey, look, Terry will go out there shooting all the time. I am leaning with the incredibly low owned, and I'm happy to get him at low ownership, Gordon Hayward tonight personally. But I do like Rozier a little bit, and I like LaMelo a little bit on FanDuel, both of them on FanDuel. But I'm not really getting to them as much anymore because I'd rather play the unowned Westbrook at 9,400. I'd rather play Ja Morant and Luka Doncic, and probably even Chris Paul, and not John Wall, by the way. I'm playing John Wall some on DraftKings. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not I'm not like in love with. I think he's a good play. I think he's going to put up 40 plus fantasy points. But I don't think that it's like there's a lot of point guards I could say that about. And if you play him, you can't play the other guards. And I think guard is a little bit more of a priority than center tonight, except for now with this news about has me a little bit second guessing it about Porzingis, because it should make Cauley-Stein a really, really good value, obviously. What else it does is it makes Josh Richardson and Tim Hardaway Jr. like just 1,000 times better plays than they were, in my opinion.
That is very true.
And it also helps Jalen Brunson, who's the one who people will go to the least, in my opinion. So,
what's Willie Cauley-Stein's price on FanDuel?
FanDuel 3,700.
Yeah, he's going to be better than Olynyk, right?
I don't know about that, actually. I have him as better than Justin Patton right now, but I don't know. I sort of am into the Olynyk idea. Like Willie Cauley-Stein could. I mean, look, he could put up 30 plus and you need him. You know what I mean? But he could do absolutely nothing. It's not like unreasonable that he wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
We don't even know he's starting yet, so it's hard to have that conversation. You know what I mean? Because if he's starting, I don't even know what we're doing. Oh shoot! I just missed entering this into the 35. Sold out. I do think the Justin Patton thing gets no ownership in the end on FanDuel because of the Willie Cauley-Stein, assuming he starts, which makes me sort of like I'm going to play both of them a little bit. Guys, pop in some questions when you get in here. Who do I like better on DK, Russ, or Beal? Like I like Russ better by a little bit. The Lakers don't tend to give up like 50-point scoring games, which is sort of where Beal needs to be to get you there. But they will. Russ has just always been good against them. Even when they were a title team last year, he just lit him up because he plays at his speed. They don't really have the guards with the quickness to keep up with them. He'll push the tempo. He can get him. He should be looking at a triple-double type of situation tonight. Well, I like Russ better, but I don't think that you should be prioritizing either of them. I really don't. Even though I personally like Russ for GPPs, I just don't think that this is like a awesome, clear smash spot and Russ at 800 less than Dame, who's got like the highest usage rate in history. Like, I don't know if it's that great of a play.
Where are you at with the Lakers value right now?
Spread out.
Okay.
I'll read you my current ownerships. I just finished my script.
Well, I'm not finishing shit until I update this Dallas stuff, which I don't have yet.
I already figured it. I figured out my part of the Dallas stuff. If I could just make one, simple pivots depending on who's starting. But I'm just bumping. I already bumped up Hardaway Jr. and Richardson. And
what about Kleber though?
And Kleber.
Okay.
Kleber I like better on FanDuel. Just because like it's like a fraction. Like you can play the double cheap. You can play the triple cheap. You can play all the cheap big guys and then load up. You can play LeBron, Westbrook, Doncic, and Shea. You know what I mean? Like you can do a lot of things.
You like Shea?
He's 7,500.
Yeah, I kind of want to pivot. I kind of want to play Booker instead.
I love it. I think it's a great idea. But I don't need to pivot because I'm already playing Westbrook and nobody's going to play Westbrook.
Right.
And I've got Patton in some of them too.
Really? You went with the Patton, huh?
I have to do a tiny bit of it.
Well, I would make sure he's starting.
If he's starting, yeah, of course.
Okay.
But even if he doesn't start, I think there's still a path for him here against Chicago. They don't play super huge, which is my only real bothering concern, I guess.
I also feel as though if they announce Roby starting, I think you have to play him.
I'm very into Roby's on FanDuel. I don't think I have a lineup without him.
Okay.
On DraftKings, I definitely have plenty of lineups without him, but I do like him still.
Right. Okay, so this is good.
So, guys, pop in there with the things. I read you the ownership of that. I can tell you my Dallas. I think I said it, but I'll just say where I'm at on DraftKings with the Dallas guys right now. I'm kind of curious on your thoughts on this too.
Yeah, I haven't updated it yet, so I'll let you know when I have it done.
Yeah, but I've got. Okay, I'm gonna get it together. Let me just get this lineup saved. Sorry. All right. Hardaway, I have at 25 to 35. I guess I could up that even a little bit.
This was DraftKings you're talking about?
Yeah. They're still in the middle of updating these things. I think Hardaway is probably the one you want the most of to be honest.
And that's like somebody you never play.
He's 4,400, and the only guy that he becomes like the secondary option basically.
I guess so, huh?
And Luka looks to pass. Luka looks to create. I mean, look at the beginning of the season without Porzingis. You know, every night was 30, 25, 31, 23, 44, 24, 47, 30, 33. All of those numbers I would take on this site, you know?
Yeah.
And we know he'll get like his minutes will go up too. But I also think Jalen Brunson has a case for him. Hardaway. So put it this way: before I had Maledon ahead of Hardaway, now I have Hardaway astronomically ahead of Maledon.
I wonder.
I still kind of like Maledon.
I wonder what's going to happen first: me finalize my lineups or Hero gets ruled out. Let me have to see, because you know that's happening.
I just feel like it probably will with them, but then again, they're trying to win games, you know.
Yeah, they're trying to win games.
And it wasn't like he was like a midday downgrade, you know. We had that this morning.
Oh, that was where the Porzingis thing came from?
No, I don't understand what you mean.
Oh, I thought you were saying that Porzingis got downgraded, so you should have known. So I should have known that he was going to be out.
Oh, I knew Porzingis was. Yeah, I figured he was going to be out. I would have bet anything on that he was probably.
Oh, okay. So when you were saying about the late morning downgrade, that wasn't Porzingis you were talking about.
No, I was talking. I was saying Hero was not a late day downgrade.
Oh, okay. I thought you were not a late day like somebody else. Okay, that's fair enough.
No. Yeah, like Porzingis.
Right.
Yeah, you got it.
Ooh, almost done. Good.
Okay, so what does that really do is the question.
Which?
Hero's out. Because, yeah, it makes Butler and Bam a better play, but they're priced up, and you could argue they're good plays already. So, yeah, that maybe it makes them a little bit better. I think it does.
It makes what's his name better, though? None.
None is what it does, but None is a wild card anyway. I mean, he could put up a game with Hero in. He could put up nothing with Hero out. It's a very, very shooting-dependent player. I mean, he went nuts the other day against the Lakers in that spot, but that's because he, made 10 out of 14 shots, 5 out of 6 threes. You know what I mean? He did play 40 minutes. He's played 40 minutes twice in the last 3 games, 31 in between sandwiched. Yeah, I think Nunn is actually a really solid play anyway. So if you want to speculate, just speculate. I think that he's a guy you can consider anyway. Not solid, but yeah, I guess you're right. It would be harder to fade him. But you can. You totally can. It's not like you need him.
All right, let me tell you where my new. Oh, this doesn't work. Shit. Crap.
If you are mass entering, you're gonna want some Boban whether he starts or not, just to get it. Yeah, it's just this is the kind of game you would want to do it.
Which? Oh, yeah.
Like if you're playing it's like 100 lineups or something. I'm not saying you should do it in every lineup.
Let me do it this way.
Okay, let's get to this part. Guys, again, feel free to jump on in. Thanks, Gary. We're happy to do it for you. But guys, again, throw some more questions in. I'm sure there's some thoughts you have, or even some hot takes you have. Maybe ones that you think that we haven't thought of, or maybe ones that we have and that you don't agree with or that you agree with. I would love to hear from you. So Cauley-Stein got projected. I have him around 24, 25 minutes. If he starts, I think it's probably about right.
Let me take a look and see on FanDuel first of all. Yeah, Willie Cauley-Stein is sort of. I was about to say a rough fade, but let me just look at it again. I don't know.
Wait till once he gets announced starting, the projections will completely change, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're doing like that thing where they don't give him the extra few minutes, That's what most projection sites do. The really off the board one would be to play Dwight Powell. You don't need
that would definitely be interesting.
You don't need to do all this, of course, but it's just a throwing it out there thing. Kind of sucks because when they do give Powell minutes, he actually can put up some fantasy points, but it hasn't had the minutes in forever. So this is also going to lower guys like Gobert, Gobert and Wendell Carter, who are going to be pretty popular. They still have ownership, but I think they're like really they're better tournament plays now than they were before.
I want to see.
Same with Joe Val.
Now, okay, and what about playing that Memphis guy on FanDuel?
I don't know which guy you're talking about.
The 3,700 guy, Winslow.
Oh, you have no respect on this guy's name, man. You're gonna have to give him some respect. This guy's a baller. Tyler Hero is out, so now we can run those projections. I like Winslow better on FanDuel. Actually, not better. I just like him on FanDuel. He fits in perfectly with my build. So,
okay, so Hero it marginally helps Duncan Robinson.
I don't know about that one.
Well, I mean, it's a 0.8 extra shots or whatever.
Yeah, mathematically, I guess.
None. Olynyk, Bam, Butler. I mean, like, guy shoots every time he freaking touches the ball. I mean, like,
who's that?
Hero.
Yeah, I think the best play is honestly just to keep it simple is Bam. But now we actually do have some center things with I mentioned the other guys. I think Bam probably has a big game here. I really do.
Now, I was about to say maybe it doesn't make that much of a difference that Hero is out, but maybe I'm saying that just because I'm lazy. I really don't feel like running all this again. It really does matter, right? It has to.
It matters, but less than this type of situation would normally indicate. They should control the game anyway. It's not like they're playing a team that plays fast. The one real obvious advantage they have on the court, because Jimmy Butler has a bad matchup, but Bam is the one advantage they have. That's why I kept coming back to him. But.
And do you have to play nonsense like I'm not even going to name.
If Gabe Vincent starts, you can play him. If that's what you're going to say.
Yeah, I was going to. Hey, I had a pretty good take. I heard a pretty good take from about the Portland game.
What was that?
About one of the reasons why, among others, you could play Chris Paul. Is that Portland? Their defense is just not very good in general.
True.
But what they do like to do is run people off the 3-point line and give up the mid-range shot. And if they do that, it's like Chris Paul City. I mean, like that's literally his best game. Is hitting mid-range.
It's also Devin Booker's best part of his game too.
That is true.
So you got, I mean, the problem with Paul is like, okay, Paul versus Morant. I like Morant better, but I don't mind them together. But then you also get John Wall in there, who you're interested in, just because he's on DraftKings a good play. And then you try and mix it in with Luka, and all of a sudden it's like, where do I put all these guards? And then I might want to play two centers also. So, like right now in my build, I had like 75% centers the other day when I did the double build.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was actually the right thing to do. Unfortunately, they weren't named Embiid and Vucevic nearly enough. I would have nailed it on Friday if I would have gotten that part of it right. But the double centers today I'm going to do 35% and 35% point guards. Yes, I am playing Gordon Hayward, Garrett Mendel. Look, I know it's a tough matchup, but I'm going to go for it. You got Hero out. So that's pretty much all the questions for now. I'm going to finish a few of these builds and see what we got going.
I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to rerun the shit without Hero. We'll have time. They'll probably upload it in the next like 10 minutes or so. So definitely have time to do it. What do you think of the Houston values?
I don't know how much value there. It's a very hard situation to know. I think there's an outside chance that all the Houston stuff is good. Like, how do you say that? Like, I mean, that all of them are in play as much. Like, we don't know how much this kid's going to play. We don't have their starting lineup yet. I don't understand their projected minutes, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It feels weird. Feels like they should be projected for a lot more than they are.
17. Let me just see when was he ruled out? Hero. He's still in. Okay.
But I'm mixing in some Brown. Like I hate to do this, but on the script thing, I kind of did the 10 to 20% thing for most of the Houston guys. I think there's a non-zero chance that I think there's an absolute chance you might see a ton of Daniel House. You might see a ton of Sterling Brown or David Nwaba. We just really like these guys have all played a ton more minutes than they're projected, and all that's happened is Cousins is gone. Yeah, they're adding another guy who physically probably can play more minutes, but will he? I mean, I don't know. It just feels a little iffy on what projection systems are giving them. I think they're nervous to give them more minutes, but I think you could probably bump everybody up a couple minutes in Houston, and there's upside on all of them playing more minutes than they're projected.
Yeah, maybe. I wish this were. Maybe there was. Is this if that's a showdown slate game? Maybe I'll take a shot on Kirks.
A shot on Kirks, you said?
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. It's actually interesting. Like he may not play a minute, but
no, well, showdown.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. No, I wasn't talking you off of it at all.
Showdown.
I just don't want to be the one who's like, oh, how could you recommend him? Because I'm not recommending. That's just what it's been happening to me a lot lately.
Really? Oh, people have been after you?
Yeah, just getting like messages like, oh, you said to play. I was like, I didn't say to play. I told you who I played. You know what I mean? How could you not pick more of Embiid? I'm like, I said, I played Embiid with the field at 15%. I'm sorry. It was a lot of good plays on a Friday night. You know what I mean? It's hard to know if the guy's going to go 50 and a million. You know, it was a great matchup, sure, but there was 500 centers in great matchups and a free one who put up 30 that could have easily put up 45.
Ooh, good for these guys. They had the hero one ready. All right, so I can get this one up.
So you can play Boban. Prefer it, obviously, if he starts, then he becomes chalk, though. But I think Boban is a good speculative play. I think there's a very good chance he plays like 4 minutes. But there's also a chance he plays like 18 or 20. And that's enough for me on this slate to take a shot on him. But I don't think you should feel good about it. I wouldn't be doing it in your highest buy-in lineups or anything if he's not starting. Playing Tate instead of trying to figure out cheaper Houston guys. I like that play, Garrett. I actually think Tate is the one guy you want. What do you have active, Sheets? What's playing right now?
Hockey.
Oh, my God. This guy's got more games going on than anybody I've ever seen. All right.
What do you think about PJ Tucker?
I mean, I think we know. It's just playing PJ Tucker and hoping that he gets the rebounds tonight. Honestly, if the other guy's not starting, then maybe PJ Tucker.
No, we have starters.
Wait, I didn't get my starting lineups yet.
It looks like Wall, Gordon, Tate, Tucker. Ooh, I don't know who the fifth one is.
All right, so that is sort of interesting.
Only because I don't have him in this lineup here, but let me see. Maybe it's House.
Yeah, it's Tucker, Tate, House, Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that really changes anything for me except for that it makes Patton.
You really can't play Patton, Bobby.
On FanDuel, you can play him in a cheap one. It's so speculative, Sheets, to do.
He's going to play zero, right? I mean, like
he very well may play zero. And you could just get Willie Cauley-Stein or Boban. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, now you'll see, like in the Monster, he's like 22% owned or something like that.
No way. No way. Yeah, I think that you just play like. I mean, the thing is, it is interesting though because it's the devil we don't. You know what I mean? The devil we don't know, which is always more enticing, right? Like, there's he could play minutes. Why not? What if PJ Tucker picks up 2 quick fouls and he plays really well and they're thriving with him? They're not going to pull him off the court.
So do you know what I did today? Like when I was actually walking to work and I saw I had something else I had to do and then I went and when I saw that what's his name, the cousin's probably not going to play or whatever, I spent like 5 minutes investigating Moses Brown and whether he was going to get in, and then I remembered that he wasn't on the Rockets.
That's funny. You've been just trying to find an excuse to play that guy.
No, I just remember that one time we couldn't even get any information from him.
No, I know.
I literally couldn't get information. He was on the roster with Oklahoma City with 8 active players, and we couldn't even get any confirmation he was available.
It's true. Yeah, unfortunately, Kelly Olynyk is starting to fall a little bit by my wayside a little.
But he shouldn't, though, with Hero out.
And no, I know, but you got Roby starting. You've got Hardaway Jr. at 4,400. Maybe you can play all of these guys.
You guys suck. Everybody's really slow at updating the no hero, and that's something that people should have been at least
They should have been absolutely ready to do it.
ready for, you know?
Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable with we know who gets the bumps and everything as long as there's nothing new in the starting lineup or whatever. The guy who I'm not getting to, I may end up with too much THJ. Maybe I'll throw in a little bit of Jalen Brunson to get off of it. Also,
you know what you can get if you have too much THJ, you could get a little more THT.
Yeah, but he's like the prices are a little different. I think when you think about it like that, then you just feel like an idiot for playing THT. I actually like playing THT tonight, but I can't argue that.
Why? Because THT could get like 14 minutes and THJ is like locked in for 34.
Exactly. That's exactly. And he's losing the chuck too. It's not like he's like a shy guy.
And it's not like THJ is going to have Luka yelling at him the whole game like THT is going to have with LeBron.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I'm telling you, it's pretty rare to see guys make as many obvious defensive like missed rotations as THT does. He did it like 5 plays in a row the other night. They had help on the weak side every time the big man was trying to roll towards the basket, and every time he would come in and be the third guy and leave his man wide open. His man was Joe Harris. Like Joe Harris just knocked down 5 threes in a row. I was like, what is going on? Why is he leaving him? Like it's just LeBron was freaking out appropriately. This all does.
You have any Muscala?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I think you just rather play Cauley Stein or whoever's starting for them than in that case, right?
Yeah. Let me see if there are any questions in here that I take a look at. Any Kuzma love? Sure. On FanDuel, I had him. I wonder if I'm going to be better off putting in going cheaper and maybe playing Kleber there instead. I'm not sure.
FanDuel, I do like Kuzma though too. But yeah, I agree with you. I have more Kleber than I do. I'm paying down more, and I'm playing Roby. So, but I do like Kuzma. I have a little bit of him.
Yeah, Jason. Bobby talked about this before. That Tim Hardaway Jr. is definitely in play, given Kristaps being out, more usage, and minutes seem pretty secure. And someone's asking any preference on DK between JaVale and Rudy. Bobby, you want to start with this one? Because I actually have a
yes. Gobert is the better play, but JaVale. So Utah, you have to worry about some blowout stuff. But in terms of actual individual matchups, it's really hard for me not to pick Gobert when I come down to actually clicking the buttons. But I do think. I mean, one thing is this is probably a downgrade for. It's probably like Willie Cauley-Stein, Dwight Powell, and Boban and Kleber can all be effective defensively. But JaVale I like too. I just prefer Gobert. I don't know what else to say.
Did you see the
JaVale puts up 30 in the first quarter like he always freaking does?
Did you see the news Timothy put out there? Maybe you talked about this and Maladon is starting.
Yeah, we knew he was starting though.
I didn't know that for sure. Thanks, Timothy.
I always appreciate it, guys. Anyway,
never presume I know anything.
Yeah.
And somebody else had a question. I'm updating some stuff right now, so I just missed it. Crap. There was a question that just came in that I thought was interesting.
Okay. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
There's a lot of games that all start. Actually, not that bad. It's not bad. 7:33. DraftKings.
Okay. Nothing new. Devontae Graham, we knew he was going to be out. The thing, I mean, look, it doesn't really matter because they're good plays anyway. But like, it's annoying to me that every time I end up playing, like in all of the lineups that I have, Luka, I keep ending up with Hardaway Jr. as well.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, they're like Luka's going to get there he doesn't need to score 40 points. You know what I mean? He's happy to get the assist to shooting a wide open THJ.
I don't know why I don't want to play THJ. I guess the snide answer is I just don't like money, I suppose.
No, I mean it's not like he's I don't think he's like a lock, but I do think he's if you're playing cash, you're like, put it this way: if you're playing cash, you're definitely playing THJ. I think on this slate.
Who's that other guy that used to? Is Trey Burke still on that team?
Or Josh Richardson, by the way, you could just switch it in. Trey Burke is on the team, but he doesn't play. He's not going to play. Like, I don't know how many. Let me see. He's projected even after this. He's projected for like 8 minutes.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson would be the other one.
Okay. Put this out over here.
Let's throw some questions and I'll answer them in just a minute. Memphis Dallas.
I'll put that over there. Today. Are you max entering the FanDuel thing too? I mean, it's only $3, but whatever.
No, it eats up my screen and it makes it so I can't edit my other.
FanDuel really does that, doesn't it?
It drives me nuts. DraftKings did for a while for me. It cost me a ton, and I wrote to them consistently about it, and then finally they got it straightened out.
What did they do? They just did an update, and that was it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know exactly what they did, but they had me re-sign in through another thing, and it started working out very nicely. Yeah.
Almost done here.
What is with these projected minutes for Daniel House?
What do they have him?
Like 20.
That's ridiculous. And he's starting.
What?
And he's starting.
Starting. They must not be starting.
He's going to play 35 minutes. Are they kidding?
I honestly feel like I'm missing something like big. It doesn't make any sense to me. And honestly, I've seen this at other places all day. You can look at yours. I bet you they don't have them.
I'm going to. I just need a second, but I'm definitely.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
Like, I got to remember where I was at. I have it 30 minutes on Daily Roto, which is really, up to date.
Yeah, that seems right. And that seems like he's a good player. I mean, okay, let me viable.
Well, what's not adding? I mean,
what's that?
Is it worth like going through it and seeing where the other discrepancy is? I mean,
all right, I'm going through a very tough Maladon versus Olynyk decision here.
Wow, right in the old utility, huh?
Yeah. I think it's Olynyk. I don't know.
I don't know about that. I mean, I like the Olynyk play too, but I don't know. Maladon starting is rough.
He's been starting.
Maybe he's not that rough.
33 minutes, 20 fantasy points, 30 minutes, 15 fantasy points, 33 minutes, 27. I'll take that. 28 minutes, 16 fantasy. I mean, and this is Miami. Like, feels thin.
And then I don't know about that. The Maladon feeling thin.
I mean, what are you projecting even like anywhere near 5xing?
From Maladon?
Yeah.
I didn't notice. I just want to update this, but
take your time.
I thought he was. So hold on, I gotta redo it.
I don't have him like as a top.
But how wouldn't he? I mean, like
he just does it. He doesn't do anything.
Oh.
With shaded there, he hasn't really. Now, of course, he can get there. He's 4,400. Like he's starting. Yeah, Kendrick Nunn I like too, obviously, as does everybody.
Let me just see something on. I guess not with Maladon. All right, so let me do one more run with my builds. I'm going to hand build my big ones, and then we should be finished.
James.
So you guys will see when I'm in here when I fire this up.
Even Royce O'Neal versus Olynyk is kind of a decision for me. Oh my God, I actually am playing PJ Tucker because I can get Memphis Dallas game stack with LeBron.
Oy.
But I'll take it, man. You know, if you're going to play Cauley Stein, you may as well have it in the line if you're playing PJ Tucker also. Hopefully you can get your 25 out of each of them. Move along. And Justice Winslow. So just to keep them all the minimum guys together.
I'll tell you that one. I really hope the Winslow thing isn't a bad play.
It's not like I don't care what happens. It's not a bad play.
Okay, that's all I care. I mean,
yeah, it's speculative for sure.
It is okay.
It's speculative because the minutes we really don't know. But I'm speculating that this is their guy. Like this is the. I don't. Yeah, I'm going for him instead of against him. So I am going to fade LeBron over here, and Wendell Carter's not going to be owned anymore, and he wasn't going to be like crazy anyway. But now he won't be owned.
Yeah, I still like him. I mean, nothing's changed. I mean, like.
Yeah, especially because you'd want to run back too. I'm going to play him with Wall and Gordon. I don't care. I'll go for that game. The question is, do I play House with them as a part of a game?
I don't know. I really like House today on FanDuel.
Mm-hmm. What's he at in FanDuel?
4,500, 4,600 something.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Oh, this looks good. You like
You really have House at 30 minutes other places, right?
Yep.
I think they just messed up. I really think that they're messing up. I don't know why House wouldn't.
Just once I get the lineups book, just for my own bet, I want to add them up on both those sites and see where the discrepancy is.
Yeah.
Somebody else has too many, then, right? I mean, like.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna see.
Gordon Wall.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's put that over here.
I do really like this Deshaun Tate idea too.
Tate?
Yeah, just not getting to him as much as I'd like to be, but I do like it. Guys, let us know if you see anything in the starting lineup because I'm taking looks at, but I sometimes it'll take a second to refresh the stuff. So if you happen to notice anything that we should notice, let us know.
Let me just look real quick after I do this.
Zach LaVine is going to light these guys up tonight. It's like literally. I feel so sure of it too. Like I just think he's going to light them up. I'm just not getting to him.
Okay, so let's add this. So may as well. So why don't you read me? Okay, so who looks like they have too many?
What?
You want me to pull up the Houston guy from RG?
I understand.
I'm trying to pull up the RG minutes. Hold on.
Oh yeah, they're like they have nobody looks like they have too many. That's the thing.
Wall 30, 35, 34, 30. Oh well, wait a minute. Hold on. No, Deshaun Tate. I have 32. I have 34, 33, 32. And they have 35, 34, 33. They have PJ Tucker 30, Sterling Brown 23. I have House 30. Oh, there's PJ Tucker 31. I don't know, man. I don't know what the issue is. Hold on.
It's just flawed. The numbers don't add up.
They just don't add. They don't add to 240 on RG. They just don't add up. They literally don't add up.
They don't.
Okay.
So we're at least we're not crazy.
That is the answer to that question. They don't.
We're on the same page here.
An official misprojection. I mean, it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. So what projections do you have fantasy points wise?
Hang on. Wait. No, I got to do my DraftKings now first. Oh, for what? FanDuel for who?
Anything for House.
Yeah.
I just don't have any realistic projections.
Yeah, I got. Hold on, let me just
take your time. No rush.
Only issue is, I'm gonna do this. Okay. Let's do it by team. House I have, and it's so funny. That's why this one, it's so funny. So RG has him at 16. Everybody else I have has him at 25.
That sounds right to me. It sounds more right than the 16.
DraftKings, let me do this. Oh, so you're maxing the 8. Yeah, I'm doing 30 in that one.
I mean, I think Gordon Hayward may be the odd man out in my big buy-ins. Just not quite fitting my builds.
That price range does not quite fit anywhere.
Yeah. That's why he's not going to be on sale. Like, I mean, that's the upside of it.
True.
I just wanted to try and get a Wall, Gordon, Carter, Levine in.
Ooh, here you go, huh?
Yeah.
Have any Patrick Williams?
I like him fine. I just don't find myself using him anywhere. It's just like I'd rather play Roby, I guess. That's where I'm at.
What about Caruso?
I like him a little, but I don't have – I mean, all those other guys who I was going to play for value, I'm sort of throwing out the window a little bit, to be honest. But
let's not do that.
Jesus, this is weird. All right, quick, guys. I'll answer a couple quick questions because I have to go. House or O'Neal? I think House is probably a slightly better play, but I like both of them. Love Levine. Young or Roby on DK? Young. What Young? I hope that's not a Thaddeus Young versus – they're different. They're completely different price ranges. Pat Williams. I do like Pat. I mean, like I said, I like him. I'm just not getting to much. Not getting to Nwaba much. All of those guys are fine. It feels weird to take the early value there, except for I would rather take a shot with House if I was going to play the early value. That's the way I'd put it. All right. I've got it.
You figured it out?
Yeah. Full on first game stack, huh? Right off the bat.
Did I ask you about Iguodala? You playing him?
I had to get rid of my guy though. No, God, no, I'm not playing Iguodala. There's a small enough slate where he actually wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but
That is not exactly a ringing endorsement, though.
no, it's pretty bad to me.
Small enough slate where it might not exactly be the worst thing ever.
You know, I am playing. I have 15% of on DraftKings, and no one in the world is playing as Brandon Clark.
Ooh. That's interesting.
Yeah, I did a lot more game stacking tonight with my builds. Any other quick questions I'll try and answer there? Thaddeus Young is you can play him as a long shot play at a higher price. They're totally different price ranges, so they shouldn't be considered in the same conversation. There's a $700, $900 price gap between them. So obviously, given that, Roby is the answer for me. Luka KCP or Westbrook Gary Trent on FanDuel single entry. Luka KCP. I may have answered that a little too quick. I like both of them. I would say KCP has a very wide range of outcomes, and I don't love playing him on FanDuel. So maybe I would actually go Westbrook, Gary Trent there. Is it okay to put Kleber and Cauley-Stein in the same lineup and a GBP? As long as we confirm that they're both starting, yes. If not, no. Not ideal in my opinion. Justice Winslow is in play today, yes. Thad Young on DK for me in general. I didn't get there much, but I don't mind him. Clarkson, same thing. It's just there's better play, so I'm not going to get to every play. Do I like Ayton on FanDuel? Yeah, Ayton has been awful, but the price is crazy, and I love the matchup for him. I actually think that you could see a good game out of Ayton here, so I'm okay with. I do like Ayton over there. I am using Willie Cauley-Stein in my main lineup, to be honest. It was originally reserved for Patton. And that is until, of course, we hear if Boban is going to play or not. That would be really cool if we get maybe it's not quite worth speculating on, I don't think, because the game's only in a half hour. Am I missing something? I feel like Cauley-Stein should be a little more popular on FanDuel. No? Okay. I think that they're just wrong on their projection.
Fix this.
I think I need a little bit more none.
Who do you like? I try to think of who I like more between Richardson and Hardaway. I think I might play them both.
Yeah, I like both of them. I like Hardaway. I like Hardaway better. It takes a lot for Richardson to get everything to go right exactly for him. I feel like
that game didn't start for a little while, right?
Yeah.
I can always go check that out again. Carter looks good. That looks pretty good. Run away. Cheap as hell.
I have a ton of jaw. I mentioned that, right? Yeah, I think I did before.
a minute here. Do I need to?
I do like this Gobert, either Ayton, Cantor, or Valanciunas combo on DraftKings. You could sort of mix them around, but that's a nice little like ceiling versus the 3,200 chalk guy that it gives you.
What do you think of? Who do you like more, LeBron or Luka on DraftKings?
They're different. I have more LeBron probably, but I like Luka a ton. I just decided to do some slightly lower builds.
Okay. All right, guys. I guess we'll call it. Good luck, everybody. And let me just. We're gonna preview tomorrow yet? No, we'll see. So hopefully we get a sweat later. I keep saying this, but if forget to if someone's saying, just put it in the Discord. We'll root it in.
Sounds good. Good luck to everybody out there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you soon.
All right. See you later.
Thanks. Take it easy, bud.